Pull up in motorcades. I got a show today. It's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate.
What's up, guys? This is Til You Collapse Podcast. I'm your host. I'm Brian. I got my man Memo here.
What's up?
We're back again. Shady's back.
Somewhat.
How you feeling, Big G, Little G?
I'm good.
Actually, you're Little G. I'm Big G.
I mean, I'm Mr. AMG now.
Yeah, you're Mr. Baby AMG. Guys, first off, we love this podcast. We love growing it. I'm trying to enrich your life and help you grow and help you level up because I want you to win. And I'm trying to share real shit that I go through on a daily basis. Like this podcast is real about what we went through together on Monday, and it's a great message, and you're going to learn from it, hopefully. But please share the show. When you share it on your Instagram, when you share it on your social media, when you tell someone about it, when you like it, subscribe it, leave a review, it helps grow it. It doesn't cost anything. Really appreciate it. Show us some love because we're showing you some love every time we record this shit to get the record straight. So, my man, we talking about this shit. So, Monday, and we're going to tell a story because people like stories. We're storytellers.
It was Friday.
Oh, shit.
It was Friday, G.
See, it tells you how old I am. I don't know what fucking day it is. I don't know what day it was. I mean, fuck, bro. It was Friday. Friday's a good day for that, actually.
Friday was a good day.
So, you want to tell the story? You want to tell a story? I'll tell a story.
So pretty much what happened was that this man needed his Mercedes to get service at the Mercedes dealership.
Yes.
So I needed to go pick him up.
No, you took me there. You need to pick me up. I need to ride there.
You need to ride back. No, you needed to ride back. Remember? Because you jumped off your Mercedes.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain.
Okay,
Let me explain the story. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. So I go there. I pull up. I'm way in the parking lot, right, looking at all these brand new Mercedes 2022 models all over the place. Driven by temptation. I've always been an Audi guy, and so we come back after that, back to our shop, and I'm talking to Brian. I'm like, hey, I might consider, looking at a Mercedes. And I have some experience with the AMG CLA 45 of 2017. I've driven one of those before. And he's like, okay, let's look it up. And turns out when we do, that exact same dealership had the exact brand new model that we wanted or was looking at. So next thing we do is head to the dealership, within like 4 hours after that? And no, it was the next day. We get like 4 hours, like around lunchtime, we go to the dealership, test drive the car. I fall in love with it. And the rest is history, in a sense.
Okay. That was okay. You suck at telling stories. I'm going to tell you the real story, and I'm going to fucking teach you along the way. That was a good try. So here's the thing, guys. I teach everyone that comes into my family, everybody that gets hired here, everyone that comes into this culture, I want them to level up. I want them to level up as people. I want them to level up their mindset. I want them to level up financially. Everything they can do as they're here, my goal is to grow them as much as possible and hopefully grow the company together and grow together. If they decide to leave and start their own thing, which a lot of people that worked here have, that's great too. I love that. That's the point. Like I said, as long as you're growing and you learn something and you enjoy your time here and you take it somewhere else, that's the goal. So first thing I do, anyone that starts here, and this is usually the first time they ever do this, is I force them to create kind of a vision board. I ask them kind of what's your initial goal, what kind of goal you have. A lot of times they haven't thought of that, and then they think about it and they're like, boom. Memo, my man here, he actually talked about I want to get a new car. I want an Audi RS5. I said, boom, let's put the picture up on the wall so you can see it. You look at it every day. It's literally right up on the wall. It's like one of the first things we did. Boom, the Audi's been on the wall. This man's been hustling. He's been killing it here. He does side work. He's been killing the side work, burning the candle at both ends, making kind of more money than he's ever had. I'm really proud of him. So he's like, I think I'm feeling like I'm ready to comfortably make, I want to do this. I want to make a move on a car. And so, like he told you the story. He took me to pick me up from the Mercedes dealer. He saw Mercedes. We know I'm a Mercedes fan. I have 2 AMGs in my family. I love Mercedes. And I'm always, one thing about your goals and one thing about when you have goals, you have to manifest them. You have to envision them and do visualization. It's a very, very powerful tool. I'm going to teach you guys here. Listen, and I'm going to teach and tell a story and break it up. So pay attention and remember what the fuck I'm talking about. Manifestation is very, very real. But here's the problem. Motherfuckers think you can manifest things, you can wish for it, you can talk about it, and it's going to happen. No, motherfucker. Shit ain't going to happen. Too many of you guys are talking about it, wishing for it. But the problem is you're not working for it. You have to. Manifestation is real. You can manifest shit into reality if you talk about it, if you think about it, if you envision it. You talk about it with your team all the time. I talk about it every meeting we have. Always we're talking about the future, and when we go to a 20,000 square foot warehouse, and when everyone's making 3 times the amount of money, and when we have people under us, and talking about the company growing, and making sure what you manifest is hopefully your team's in that goal. And it's something that where everybody can see themselves growing within your goal. And you manifest that together. And it's great to talk about it, it's great to wish for it, but if you don't have the actions that back that up, you're not going to make it. It's not going to happen. And the actions that back it up every single day for years. And that's the problem with these feel-good motherfuckers that are talking about, oh, you can envision it, you can dream it, you can manifest it, and it will happen. Just really, really think about it and talk about it. And they never talk about the work. And the reality is talking about it, dreaming about it, envisioning it, manifesting it is the easy part. But the fucking nitty gritty hard ass work that comes with that for years, many years, before you even start to see progress, they don't talk about that. It takes both together. One without the other doesn't work. Visualization is a very powerful tool. I started using it a few years ago. My man Andy Frisella, my brother, he's really talked to me about it, how he does it, and he really manifests and visualizes everything. And look at what the fuck he's done. And you have to talk about it all the time. And visualization is something you have to make an effort in doing. It's something that you do almost nightly. Something that's almost like a meditation. You have to get in a zone. You have to think about, I'm going to use a car for example, because we just got a car and this man leveled up. When you have a car that's a goal, this is how in depth your visualization should be if you really want to achieve those goals. You sit there for 10 to 15 minutes, you get into a deep meditation state, you think about it, you fucking close your eyes and you think about the way that car looks, the way that car smells, the color of the paint, the color of the interior, the stitching in the interior, the way that car sounds, the feeling when you open the door and sit in the car, and you're thinking of that almost as if it's real. It's a weird dream meditation state. It's hard to get good at. It took me a while. But if you really do that for each thing that you're focusing on, whether it be growing your company, envisioning team meetings, envisioning a huge warehouse, envisioning whatever, envisioning a vacation, it's a very, very powerful tool that if you really couple that with the work, that's what people do that are extremely successful and win. And if you guys aren't using manifestation and visualization on a daily basis, you need to start to right now. And I know it may sound hokey pokey, but there's fucking real power in it. I thought it was hokey pokey. Then my man Andy said, you need to start doing this. This is what it's done for me. I started doing it and I started leveling up. And like I said, it can't be one without the other. Have to combine them. So going back to the story, don't get me with cars. I'm the best influence anyone can have in their life, but also I can be a bad influence because I love cars. I'm passionate about cars. This guy talking about buying a car, it was like you would think I was buying a car. That's how excited I was. I was like, let's go. I'm ready to fucking, get this thing going. And here's the thing. There's people, here's the thing. I've been on both sides of it. When I was younger, when I lost everything, I was stupid with my money. I made $100,000 and lost $100,000 and went broke as fuck when everything went under in a span of months. If I was smart, if I knew how to manage my money, I could have used that money to make so much more money. I literally wasted that money with no care in the world, no thought. That's extreme side. And you have the other extreme side where people save every single penny. They never spend anything. They never enjoy their money. That's the other extreme. So now I've based on my experiences, I've kind of fallen somewhere in the middle. I lean more towards the fucking don't think about it and live, because I was that extreme. So I'm more towards that side, but more towards the middle, a good blend of them both, because that's just who I am. And here's the thing. You should save your money. You need to save your money. You need to really reinvest your money. Because here's the thing. Saving your money does no favors for you sitting in the bank. With the way fucking inflation is going, you just lost 15% of your money that's sitting in the bank. Like in the last 10 months. So literally, whatever money is sitting in a fucking bank is worth 15% less because of the way this fucked up world's going right now. Think about that. So saving money is kind of an old school thought process. Invest your money. Use that money to make more money. Whether it's the best place to invest it is in yourself, in your business. If you have a business, more inventory, more products, more classes to level up at whatever your business is. Invest in yourself, groups, mastermind, books, classes, stuff like that. I would rather you put your money towards that than having a fat chunk sitting in the bank losing 15% in this fucking world. Here's the thing. You should have 6 months to a year of your bills saved up. Other than 6 months to a year of your bills, you get to that point. Once you get to that point, everything else is fluid, whether it's investing in other businesses, investing in your business, investing in your people. That's how it should be, to be clear. And here's the thing. You need to reward yourself along the way, because we get lost in it. We have everyone's preaching the save thing, and it's what gets knocked into our heads. I mean, that's all my dad told me to do is save, 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 that old school mentality. And here's the thing. You have to reward yourself once in a while. You have to remind yourself why the fuck you're living and why the fuck you're working so much. I work a lot. And if I didn't reward myself with the things I do, I would go fucking crazy. I don't know how some of these people do it. I mean, fuck, man. Like I said, you only have one life to live. And you may die at any day. So whatever you're passionate about, and whatever driving you to work so hard, enjoy it. If it's your family, like me, it's my family. I just took the most expensive vacation of my life a month back. I told you guys about. Like cars. I have 3 cars. I probably don't need 3 cars. They're 3 extravagant cars, but every time I sit in there and I feel it and I hear it and I drive it, I feel alive. And I'm like, fuck. This is why I work so hard. Like, just that one feeling. The fact that I've driven the cars I've driven that I earned, some people never do that in their life. I'm fucking grateful for that. Just that feeling alone. And, whatever it may be. But please reward yourself and live and remember why you're working so hard. And we all have different reasons. We all have different things that fulfill that, whether it's giving back, whether it's watches, whether it's clothes, whatever it is. And here's the thing. So we go there. This guy finds, it's like the only car in California at the spec. It's a very rare car. And the dealership next to us that actually owes me a big favor happened to have it. So I'm like, and the funny thing is, we're making a video. You guys see, I just posted the 3-part series on my Instagram. Watch all 3 of them and listen to them. If you don't, go back. They're 3 in a row. It's kind of a little vlog feel, right? Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is, there was no talk of buying the car. You know what I mean? He just, let's just go see it. Let's drive it, whatever. But here's the funny thing, on top of that visualization that I talked about, on top of that manifestation, there's something very powerful if you can actually touch and feel and see and smell and hear whatever your goal is in person. There's one thing about getting really good at visualization. And when you really get good at visualization and go into that state, it's almost as powerful as being there in real life. But there's nothing as powerful as being there in real life. Like when we went there the other day, you should have seen this fucking guy's face after he fucking drove it and felt it. He was like, I could just see the look on his face. So if you can do it, do it. Because it's very powerful and really lighting a fire, even more than you thought you had before, into getting towards your goals. There's nothing like it. And I empower you to do it. Go drive the car. Go touch the car. If it's a crazy car, they won't let you drive it. That's fine. Just go see it in person, sit in it, feel the steering wheel. And that goes hand in hand with visualization. So if you can really sit in a car and feel it and smell it and see it, then you get those feelings and those vibrations in your mind. And when you take that home to do your visualization, it's really that much more real and powerful. So we go drive it. This guy's face lights up like a 5-year-old on Christmas, which I knew it was. I did. I mean, I'm a big car guy. I love that car. It's a sick car. And here's the thing. He's never owned a car that's that expensive. No. He's never, right? You've never bought anything that expensive, right? So this is something new for you. Mm-hmm. And it makes you uncomfortable. It should make you very uncomfortable, right? Yeah. Not to the point where he's like, I have $1 at the end of the month. No. So it's not that point, guys, to be clear. I'm not saying go buy a car that's so expensive or go buy something that's so expensive where you're literally broke, because that's what most of America does. And that's why most of America is really fucked right now, because they literally, they spread themselves thin. They live paycheck to paycheck. And then when 15% inflation hits you in the face, you literally don't have 15%. Your employer isn't giving you 15% raise. They're not like me. I give fat raises 15, 20%. They're lucky if they give 3% raise on a normal company. Good luck with that. How does that work out? Oh, in 9 months, 15%, my expenses have increased, and that's a low estimate. How the fuck? And they say 9. Fuck you. 9%? How has everything doubled? 50% higher, 100% higher. Yet you're going to say it's 9%? Huh. That's funny. And I'm low on 15%, to be clear, guys. And you guys know what I'm talking about because you feel it in your pocketbooks. We all do, myself included. So, put a fire in your ass. You have to. I've done this in my past where I bought something that maybe I probably shouldn't have bought at the time. Like, not to the point where it's like all my income, but like it's getting to maybe 50% of my income, which is, if you want to be in the safe spot, I would say really you want your bills to be 30-40% pushing it or less, just so you have extra income to invest and do stuff like that with. But like I said, I've done it where it's like 50-60%, and that's on the teetering, okay, there's some pressure on me. But the thing is people like me, and hopefully people like you, people that are successful, we thrive under pressure. I actually do worse when I have less pressure because I have nothing really pushing me. I'm a very motivated, inspired person naturally, but I thrive off of being uncomfortable. I thrive under pressure. And like in the last 4 or 5 years ago, when the company was really growing, it was blowing up. I don't want to say it was easy, but it was happening, and it wasn't much pressure with it. And lately, with how hard it's been and how we've been struggling the last couple of years, I feel more alive and I'm more fired up. You think I'd be more fired up and alive when we're just killing it, money's flowing, we're breaking records. That's great. But now I'm like, the way I'm growing, the way I'm evolving, the way we're changing shit around, and the challenge, because I'm very competitive, gets me fired up. But I'm not normal. Hopefully you're not normal if you're listening to this. So anyways, get uncomfortable. Most of you motherfuckers, all you want to be is comfortable. Oh, I want to have no bills. I want to have all this money in the bank, losing fucking 40% because of inflation, but I don't care. Fuck it. And I don't want to work out. I want to have this soft, sad body, and I don't want to lift weights, and I don't want to do cardio. Motherfucker, you need to be uncomfortable in every fucking level of your life. You think that's comfortable when I do the stairs at 5 a.m., I work out for an hour and a half a day, and I do the stairs again at 11 p.m.? After working 12 hours, after spending 2-3 hours when I get home with my kids, like, I'm uncomfortable every day. This shit is not easy. I'm 40 years old, and I find ways to make myself uncomfortable. And look at what I have from it. I think I have a kick-ass physique for a 40-year-old. I make decent money. I have an amazing company. So when you're uncomfortable, when you push yourself and you put pressure on yourself, you get a reward from it. It's going to take years. You're not going to have a kick-ass physique overnight. You're not going to have a 7-figure company overnight. But if you do that for years, and this is where we run into where people can't handle that shit. Because being uncomfortable for a week, being uncomfortable for a month, being uncomfortable for a few months, that's one thing. But if you're uncomfortable every day for years, that's what really separates the motherfuckers that are down and they're really for winning and want this shit, and the ones that talk about it and they kind of act like it. So anyways, we got the car. I made some magic happen because I'm the magic man. Thankfully it was at the dealership. They took care of my man. We made it happen where he could make it happen, where it was something that he could do. And he fucking got the car. And I'm proud of him. He's 24 years old driving a fucking badass car. I wasn't driving cars like that at 24 years old. Most people aren't. There's most adults that don't drive cars like that. Even what did you say the guys at the dealership said to you? They came out and they said, when you're getting your photography stuff?
What did they say? I don't know. What did they say?
You said like you were getting your photography stuff and they were like, you got that car? You're a photographer?
Oh, you're a photographer and to get that car? Yeah, they said something about that, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're not just a photographer. See, that just shows their mindset. They'll be selling cars for the rest of their life. And don't. I'm not knocking sales. I've made multiple 6 figures since sales. I love sales. Sales is at my core. You can make 7 figures being a salesperson. But that person's mindset, they just gave themselves away. Oh, you make enough money to buy that car for photography? Motherfucker, you can make enough money to buy anything you want doing anything, to be clear. It's just how you do it, the intensity and effort you put into it, and what you represent. You could sell French fries and make $1 million. Do you guys realize that? No, you don't, because your mindset is, oh, I have these professions, these things. You control the money you make. Look in the mirror. That motherfucker looking back at you, that's who dictates how much money you make and what you do every day. If you come into the day like a fucking bitch, in a bad attitude, you want to fucking sulk around and, oh, me, I have no money, the world's hard, inflation. What the fuck is that going to do? Come to the day aggressive, say you're going to make the day your bitch, and make it happen, and do that every single day. And I promise you, you'll be successful. And most people don't do it. A lot of higher percentage of people talk about doing it, and then a lower percentage of people actually do it. So how does it feel? I want to fucking hear from my man. So that was me. I was a little more in-depth storytelling. So now you have the car. You got this pressure on you. You got this. You're uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Like, how do you feel? Like real, be raw. Like,
I feel it. It's obviously it's different. Obviously, I want to spend less money on other things. I didn't, being less reckless with it.
Yeah,
like eating at home more, just normal stuff like that. But it's nothing that's gonna drive me down. Nothing like that. If any case, it'll just make me want to work more, make more, and I'm going to. So it's gonna happen. Yeah. Apparently, so this car is like the only one in the Sacramento area. Yeah, it's a 2022 AMG CLA 45. And it just so happens to be at the exact Rockland that owes you a big ass favor, and it just so happens to be there. So I wouldn't have gotten it if it wasn't without you, in a sense.
Yeah,
but
if you normally if you're a 24-year-old, you walk into the dealership, like getting a car that expensive, they're gonna be like, they won't even let you drive it. They just threw us the keys because they knew we drove in a fucking Ferrari.
Yeah,
they threw us the keys.
They didn't care.
And here's the thing: there's power. People talk about this all the time. There's power in people you know. Mm-hmm. There is power. There's power in who you know. You can get, that's why I talk about your circle. Look at who the fuck you're around. Look at who you look up to. Look at who you really is in your circle. Like, are those people that are pushing you? Are those people that genuinely love you and care for you and want you to win? Are those people that are going to open doors for you and teach you? Or are those just motherfuckers that are going to just try to bring you down? Let's go to the club all weekend. Let's do this. Let's do that. There's power in your circle.
I had a friend my friend literally came with $5,000 in cash for me.
Yeah,
that same day.
You told me, yeah.
Put it down. Yep.
You could. So, like I said, me, him, like you got a good circle around you. Just be aware. Audit your circle. Think about who are you close to. Why are you close to them? And you gotta. This is a hard thing to do too.
Very.
And look at what you're trying to do in the future. Look at what they're doing. Look at their mindset. Look at who they are. Can you see them going with you in the future, where you're going? Do they fit that? And this is a hard thing to do because it's just, even with family members, you know what I mean? So it's hard, but there's real power in it if you really want to level up. And it's just a reality of it.
Cutting people off. That's the hardest thing to do.
And not even just cutting them off, just focusing less of your time and energy towards that, like that relationship. Because that relationship, that relationship is something that you've had in the past, but like, is it really serving you? Is it something that's really just distracting you from what you can be putting towards something that will help you grow? Mm-hmm. Like a friend that has no ambition, a friend that just works minimum, that literally spends all their money at tables at the club on the weekend, and that's all they focus on. That's all they want. Come to the club, come to the bar, let's get fucking shit-faced, let's fucking pimp bitches, let's do this, let's do that. And you know who those people are. That's all they do every weekend, which is fun. Don't get me wrong. That's fun to do once in a while. But as you get older and as you level up, like, that's not your main focus. And anybody with that main focus, like, why have that around? You know what I mean? So you got to just do that with your circle. So, man, when you sit in that car and when you drive it, how do you feel?
I don't, like, in a different world. Like, yeah. I want to drive it right now. That's,
yeah.
I keep looking at it outside my window nonstop.
I see you looking at it. You got like a tent in your pants and you're looking at it. I love that feeling because I know that feeling. I know you're a car guy like me. So, and here's the thing. That feeling does fade. And that feeling does fade. Yeah. It's a great feeling. And it does fade to a certain extent. For people like me that are car people, I still get a tent in my pants every time I get in my car and start it up, especially that Ferrari.
I mean, you spend the money on it, you better enjoy it.
For sure.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It definitely wears off. For me, like I said, the joy of those cars come for kids. Like, sharing them with kids. You've seen me do that. Like, that's really what gives me joy, because seeing their faces, really, I give them a little pep talk on how I got it, where I've been, and really they look at me, because I know most of their parents aren't talking to them like that. It's how I talk to my kids, but most kids don't have parents like me. So, just leveling up and setting new goals. Like I told him, what I told you about the vision board on the wall.
What did you say? You said a lot about it.
I told you to put fucking something new up on the wall.
Oh, you did. That's right.
Why is the wall blank?
Oh, haven't thought about what I want to do yet. That's the thing. I had several different things in my mind, but I don't know what to put down first. That's what it is.
And here's the thing. Like I said, I want you to put multiple things up there. The vision board. But we'll start baby steps. You put a picture up there, but we took it down. I'm really glad you went with the AMG instead of Audi, which Audi's nice too, but the AMG, there's something about it.
That was completely different.
Yeah. Just the interior, those lights. It was like a club at night.
Nighttime, it's a whole different world.
Yeah. The Audi doesn't have any of that, and that's like
it's almost like a different car at night.
It is,
which is kind of the best feeling.
Yeah,
that's why I like driving at night now.
Oh, night's the best with those lights and shit. Well, I'm proud of you, dude. And like I said, what you're doing here, the work you're doing here, you're doing great here. You're gonna level up here quickly, and plus you hustle. We talked about like what it takes to pay for that every month, and what that breaks down into even your side hustle, and that's already what you're doing. That shit's already paid for, and all the money you make here. You don't have that many bills, thankfully.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for the future, dude. I'm glad. I'm really grateful, and I'm glad I got to do that with you. Yeah. That's something you won't forget, and we won't forget. No. And that's something I love that shit. And like I said, you've only been here almost 3 months, not that long. But that's something pretty important. Like no matter what you do in the future, you're gonna remember the crazy Persian motherfucker that kind of pushed you.
That got me on an AMG.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Like I said. You're already growing so much since you first started. And I can see you believing in yourself more, having more, and you have plenty of confidence, but I think just the confidence shifted for like believing what you can really achieve, even financially, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is great, man. That's what it's about. So guys, I'm not going to draw this out. That's a powerful message. Manifest your goals, visualize your goals daily in vivid detail, talk about it, preach it, believe it. Put the work that backs that up, which is giving 100% of your effort every single day towards those goals for years. Live a little bit. You only get one life. You need to enjoy it. There's nothing, you can't take your money to the grave. Your money's losing money in the bank. Literally. Invest your money in yourself, in your business, in things that can make you more money, or things that will cause you to make more money. But just do it. And that's how I live my life. I really hope you guys got something from this podcast. Me and Memo love you guys. Share this shit. We want to blow this shit. This episode was fucking fire. You need to fucking share this shit, and I know you guys are going to be fired up listening to it. If not, there's something wrong with you. Memo, you good?
Yes, sir.
We out.
Pull up in motorcades. I got a show today. It's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate.